Hey y'all, I'm Quintarius Moore, and we're going to begin the final video of this 4-part series of short tutorials on how to use the stock portfolio tracker that I have created. Like the video and subscribe to the channel to follow along and stay up to date on new material. Also join the Discord using the link in the read this first section, and also leave feedback on the tracker and any suggestions for what you'd like to see implemented after you've incorporated the tracker into your investing toolkit. We will browse through the portfolio summary sheet and highlight some need to know info. And afterwards, you should have a pretty good understanding of the overall workings of this portfolio tracker and the value that it gives, especially in building a solid long-term portfolio or one to track your trading accounts. And so for those that are new, I actually made this tracker to hold myself responsible for the decisions that I was making in my investment journey. And it has really opened my eyes to some things that I was doing wrong as far as asset allocation, and has allowed me to better construct my plan. And investment principles such as this are some topics that I wouldn't mind covering in other videos, or establishing a chat/learning session on Sundays if enough people are interested. Also, I have similar versions of this tracker for crypto and options tracking for those interested. Now, I'm wanting to share with a few people, especially the Black community at this point, in order to provide a tool that will significantly alleviate the growing pains and boost understanding of this thing called investing. Because I personally have paid a lot to learn the lessons that I've learned, and I don't want anyone else to have to pay the same price to learn something that I could teach. And so, let's begin looking at this portfolio summary sheet and what does it entail. So as you can see here on the left, your portfolio cost and value are listed along with the percent change of your portfolio. And so all the data that you will see in this sheet is taken from your summary OSV and your chart data sheets. So everything is actually automated. And you will see also those investment categories that we talked about in the previous video have been compiled to where you can see how much money you have invested in each category, such as value, speculative, growth, and dividend. And in this mock data, we can also we can just see how it's split up inside of your portfolio. And there's also a small little cell to actually record your current cash on hand, which is simply the cash that you have in your investment account that's available for buying stock. And this table in the middle should remind you of the info that you saw in the summary OSV sheet. It's simply what we saw before. It's the stocks and the values such as cost per share, unrealized gains, total gains, and market value, but all sorted by the percentage of your portfolio that stock takes up. And so what's nice is if we scroll down, we have a visual of our actual portfolio allocation. And so in this visualization, you see that it shows you the different percentage of certain stocks in your portfolio. And unless this is the risk that you want, you shouldn't have more of some penny stock or unproven company than you do a blue chip stock such as Amazon, JP Morgan, Apple, Walmart, Facebook, unless that's the type of risk that you want. But the thing with this visual is that it keeps you honest and allows you to be very adaptable and nimble, because for me, it really called me out when my portfolio was looking real disrespectful. And even though I knew these investment principles, I wasn't following them. But then when I visually saw what I was doing wrong, it really helped in me kind of changing course and actually sticking with these proper investment principles. Since I'm not rich, we're in this for the long term. And the best way to grow for the long term is to pick these solid blue chip companies and have those as your foundation. And then you can spice it up with these hyper growth stocks or high potential, high risk, high reward stocks. And so if we move on along, we scroll down, there's another bar chart that we have here, and it's simply the profit loss of the stocks in this mock portfolio. And so stocks on the left actually have a higher percentage of your portfolio than the ones on the right. And so for each stock, it just simply shows you your percent profit and your percent loss at the current state. And now something that I've recently added are these visuals to the right. They actually show you the percentage that each investment category makes up in your account. And so we have them separated here and compiled. But if I scroll to the right, we'll now see that we have our investment categories, and by percentage of portfolio gives you a visual of how much of your money is actually split between these categories. And in this mock portfolio, now we have, about 7.5% in speculative and kind of almost half and half in growth and value. Now, there are stocks in here that pay dividend. However, me personally, I don't really mark specific companies' dividends, but investing is a personal thing. There's not one way to do it. And just for me personally, I don't really track a company as dividends, but I gladly take my dividends and do that. And so the next two things that helping keeping you honest is using what's called market cap. And market cap, as I zoom out, is basically the value of a company. It's the value of the company. So the higher the market cap typically means it's a more profitable company. So what's nice about this is that you can plan to have, let's say, a certain max percentage of small caps in your account, or I want to have a certain percentage of mega cap versus large cap in my portfolio, or simply just to see the breakdown. And if you have a nice foundation of profitable companies, and in our mock portfolio by stock, simply just by the number of stocks, we have a pretty good distribution. We have a small percentage in small caps, and then we have a larger percent in what are the very profitable blue chip companies, which are mega cap and large cap companies. And it gets even better as we look at percent of portfolio. Basically, how much money do we have in each of these? And most of the money in this mock portfolio is in large cap companies and mega cap companies. So your Apples, your Coca-Colas, Lowe's, Costco, all of those names that have been proven to bring back gains repeatedly year over year. And so, the goal is you should feel comfortable in navigating this stock portfolio tracker and simply have a deeper understanding of certain terms or concepts that come about from looking at this data. And now for a deeper understanding of these concepts, let's chat in the Discord or in the comment section of this video, such as market cap or asset allocation, or just simply the proper investment principles that I know of. We can chat about that another time. And you should also have, from this 4-part series, you should have an appreciation of how the tracker would help in your journey, because there will be plenty of more updates to come. But I hope that you see how this tracker so far will help you. And remember, the most important thing is to build a foundation of solid blue chip companies that you dollar cost average into on dips and crashes. And now this brings us to the end of this series. So please like and subscribe. Never hesitate to ask any questions in the comments or provide feedback on the tracker. Definitely join the Discord. Link is in the portfolio tracker, and I'll link it to the description of these videos. And also, you definitely do not have to, but consider donating towards the Public School Teachers Award to support a teacher and the future of students that they nurture. Peace, y'all. See you in the next one.